Hello and welcome to Boxing in Your Face. I'm Joe Cortez, referee for Las Vegas, Nevada. And today we have none other than Pat Russell from California, a world-renowned boxing referee, and Mark Nelson from Minnesota, also a world-renowned referee. We're here today at the gym, the Hit Factory gym in Las Vegas, where we're going to hold the IBF seminar. And Pat, can you tell us a little bit about what did we learn from these seminars?
Anything is a debriefing session. And what we really talk about these seminars, and I really enjoy it, I learned a lot, is situations. This situation happened, this is how I handle it. Here's some different ways to look at it. To me, it's like hanging out with pros like you and Joe and Mark and the rest of this gang. I learn more at these things than ever. And just open my ears and my eyes and my heart and let it come in.
Right.
Mark, as a referee, now you've been refereing for how many years now?
17 internationally.
Internationally. Now, as a referee, you come to these seminars. What is your perspective as a referee doing these seminars?
Basically, for me, it's a good learning experience. You go over practical scenarios that are going to happen in a ring that typically don't happen, and it'll position you to handle these situations as though they've happened before. And mainly, it's getting all the referees at least thinking the same way. That way, when they're out at the fights or in general public, somebody asks me a question, I'm probably going to answer it the same way my colleagues will in Las Vegas or California.
Exactly. Now, we have Pat Russell from California. Now, Pat, you've been refereeing for how many years now?
30, Joe.
30 years as a professional referee. And you travel around the world, and you do a lot of boxing events in California. And what can you tell the young referees watching out there? What good advice or good pointers can you give them?
Fundamentals. I go through them every time, I'm sure all referees do. Good positioning, the ability to make a decision, the ability to stay with it. And the number one thing, which is safety of the fighters. They're in here to give a performance, to show their skills and their abilities. But when it's come time for them to get hurt, have the moral courage to stand in and stop a fight.
What makes a good referee?
Well, thick skin, number one. Number two, the ability to make a decision. And number three, the ability to live with that decision and make it instantaneous.
Okay, now, Mark, as a referee, you're in the state of Minnesota. There's not that much boxing. How did you turn out to be such an excellent referee with not that much boxing in your state?
I attend a lot of seminars, and I've been very fortunate to work for other organizations that they try to keep me busy as much as they can, but I watch all the fights on TV. I go to seminars. I go to fairbuttfirm.com, boxinginyourface.com, and that's how you learn. But a lot of states, they don't want you to do the amateurs after you're a professional referee. I stay in with some of the amateurs just to keep off the ring rust, stay in there with the kids. I don't go to the gyms much anymore. I want to keep my distance from that. But learn as much as you can and talk to your fellow referee colleagues.
Pat, in California, you have about how many boxing events a year?
Close to 100, Joe.
Close to 100. There's been some years where you guys had close to 200.
Well, we've had a lot of fights at times.
Yes. See, and that's why I tell you viewers out there, especially young referees and some of the fans, that us as referees, there's always room for improvement. The more you work, the better you got to be. Be a student of the sport, because if you're a student of the sport, you try to leave no stones unturned to try to just create different scenarios among your colleagues to see if something was to go wrong, how would you handle the situation. And that's what we're going to be doing here today at the IBF convention. We're going to have films, tapes of controversial fights and whatnot. Some of us will be in those tapes. And one of the things that we learned how to do is, as a family, we're not here to knock anyone. We're here to critique and help one another. That's what makes us better officials. So, Pat,
couldn't say it better. That's it right there in a nutshell.
Thank you very much, guys, and see you next time.